Welcome back to our lesson of Microsoft Excel. In this lesson, we are going to learn a couple of simple Excel shortcut keys, which will make your work a lot more easier and save a lot of time while working on your progress. Now, the first one we're going to learn about is Control N. Now, what does the Control N do? Basically, it opens up another spreadsheet for you so that you can work on it fresh. Control N, and you can see book 1 has appeared up. Not just a spreadsheet, it just opens up another workbook for you so that you can work on it. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this one off. Now the next one is going to be Control O. What it does is takes you directly to the open panel. Instead of that, what people most of the time do is click on file, go off to open, and then select the file they want to use. But it just saves up a lot of time. You can just press on Control O and it will take you directly there and open up whichever one you want to use while working on it, instead of going through files and going to open and then selecting the file. Then we have is Control and S. Well, Control and S basically serves a really good purpose, is that when you press on Control S, it just saves up your data. But whenever you typing, or let's say putting in your data, when you just suddenly just turns off, or maybe when you want to close it, it just shows you this pop-up interface. What you have to do is cut this off and save it up. Then you have to save it up and then close it. But when you just press on Control S, it will save up your data directly on your workbook, and you don't even have to go through here and save it up. Okay, then we have is Control and W. Just press on Control and W and you can see that we have this blank space. Well, let's say you're working on it and you just left. So it's either better to just press on Control and W so that no one will be able to edit it. Let's say even someone is bashing on your keyboard, nothing will be edited on your spreadsheet, but at the same time, it will be open the whole time. Okay, just go back, go off the file, click on the one you were using, and there we go, you have it. And you don't even have to worry about anyone, just fiddling with any of your data you have turned on in Microsoft Excel. Then we have is Control C, Control X, and Control V. Well, all of them are quite similar, okay? Well, in their categories. So I'm going to do is start off with this Control C. What Control C does is just gives you is it copies the data, Control C, and when you press on Control V, it will paste up that data. Well, this is very similar, okay? Very similar to other softwares too, because this is one of the main keys to copy up your anything you want to use, or let's say your file, even your data. And then we have Control X. Well, a couple of people just use their mouse and then go up over here and cut them, copy them, and paste them. But what you can do is just use your keyboard, right? It will save up a lot of time. Just press on Control X, paste it over here, click on this, Control V, and there we go, we have it. Okay, I'm going to do is cut this one off. Now I'm going to show you is Control Z and Control Y. Control Z is for undo and Control Y is for redo. So you can also copy this. Let's say I'm going to copy this one over here. I'm going to press on Control Z and you can see it has been undone, or the command or whatever action you did has been undone. You can also redo the process by pressing on Control and Y, and you can see the action has been redone. Okay. Then we have is Control and P. Well, when you press on Control and P, it will take you directly to the printing section, which you have in Microsoft Excel. And then you can just, fix up your page and then start printing on it instead of going up to your file and then going to the print sections, right? Then we have is this Control and F. Just press on Control and F and it will open up this find and replace option or tool for you on your workspace. Now you can also go through replace at the same time because both of them are over here on the same box. You can find any object. Let's say I'm going to type in CTRL, hit on enter, find next, find next, find next, and you can see most of them have control. You can also replace them whenever you want, whatever you want to do with it. Let's say I'm going to type in shift. I'm going to do is replace all, and you can see all of them has been replaced. I'm going to press on close, and let's say I want to undo the process. Just press on Control Z, and there we go. The process has been undone. I'm going to press on Control and Home. What Home and N does is that it goes off to the last, blank sheet, or maybe, the first cell which you are working on. But when you press on Control and Home, it does the same thing. Now I'm going to press on Control and N. You can see this is the last blank cell in this, used column. Okay. And this is the last used column. So it just appeared right over here. When you press on Control and Home, it will take you to the first cell in Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. Okay, let's say I'm going to do is remove this. I'm going to do select on it, right click, delete, and there we go. Press on Control N, and you can see it will be like this. And you can see when you press it back again, it will take me at the bottom. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing with Alt and Enter. Well, there are a couple of ways of navigation in Microsoft Excel. Well, one method, or one of the mostly used method, is the mouse, right? You can go through and toggle and scroll whatever you want to do it. But at the same time, you have arrows, and also there are other things which I'm going to show it to you right now. You have down and then left, right, and up arrow keys for navigation. But let's say you are entering a data and sometimes your navigation keys or your arrow keys don't work. So what do you do at that moment? Let's say you want to go down. So what you do is press on Enter, right? But what if you want to go up? Just press on Alt and Enter, or maybe Shift and Enter, and then it will, you can see that it will go up instead of going down like this. I'm going to press on Shift again. It will go up, and when I let go of Shift, and it will go down. It works the same way with Tab, but Tab has two different functions. I'll tell it to you a bit later. Now, the shortcut key which we're going to learn about is going to be Control and A. Well, when you are selecting a range of data, what you do is select it like this, right? But sometimes it becomes like this, maybe something like this, okay? So you have to be very, sensitive with your mouse and select the specific range. But what if I said that you can select all of it at the same time? Select any of the cells which contain your data and press on Control A. And you can see all of the data in the specific range will be selected. Okay, you just press on Control and A. And when you press it all again, all the cells in Microsoft Excel will be selected. Let's say I'm going to select on this open cell, or let's say blank cell, and press on Control A. That means all the cells will be selected all together. Okay, now let's click on Control and F2. It will open up the print section for you, just the way it did on Control and P. Now let's press on Control up and down. What it does is that it takes you to the topmost cell which contains the data. See? Press on down, and you can see it will take me to the top, at the bottom, okay? At the top, and when I press on down, at the bottom. Press on right, it will take me to the most right cell which contains data. And if I do left, it just takes me to the left. You can, after you're done with it, or if the range is, complete, then if you press on Control and down again, it will take you to the bottom of the spreadsheet. Then you can press on Control up again, and it will take you to the cell which contains data. It's kind of very convenient when you have a large amount of data. Then we have is Alt and F4. It basically does is that, terminates Microsoft Excel, or let's say, closes it off. The last one is Tab, just like I said. It has two features. One is opening up a formula, and another one is navigation. So let's start off with navigation. Just like I said, you can go left and right, and also up and down. And to go up and down, we also have Enter and Shift Enter, right? What if I say you can also go left and right with the Tab? Press on Tab and it will go right. But what if you want to go the opposite? Hold on the Shift, press on Tab, it will go left. Okay? So it's going to work like this. Now, opening up a formula. Let's say I'm going to type in any formula, equal sum. Now, if you don't know, or let's say when you want to open up a parentheses, because every formula, or after every formula, you have to open up the bracket. Now, I'm going to put is concatenate. Now, I'm just going to do is just press on Tab, and you can see the parentheses has been opened, and also the formula is complete. So that is how the Tab button works in Microsoft Excel. So hope you learned everything in this lesson of shortcut keyboards or shortcut key in Microsoft Excel, and how it can make your work a lot more easier. So thank you for watching this video up till the end. And now let's move on to our next lesson of Microsoft Excel.